Hey guys, welcome to Maverick Meteor. Thanks for joining me and learning how to make my egg casserole Mk1. It's easy, delicious, and I hope you'll enjoy it as much as I do. Let's check out the ingredients. You'll need 2 cups of crumbled cheddar, 12 eggs, 1.5 cups of crushed Fritos, 1/2 cup of heavy cream, 1.35 pounds of ground beef, salt, turmeric, annatto, onion powder, and oregano, 1 can of diced tomatoes, and 1 cup of sour cream. Go ahead and set your oven to 300 degrees, and we'll go prepare the ground beef and get it ready to bake. I'm using a shallow baking sheet and a piece of aluminum foil. That'll hold on to the grease and make it easier to clean later. My ground beef was still a little bit frozen, so I just used this silicone spatula to chop it up. I seasoned my ground beef with a little bit of salt and onion powder. I didn't list these at the beginning of the video, because you can season the ground beef any way you like. The most important seasoning for the ground beef is the salt. Pop the ground beef in the oven for about 10 minutes and just keep an eye on it until it's done. While the ground beef is cooking, we can mix up all the rest of the ingredients in one bowl. We'll start with the eggs. After that, it doesn't really matter what order you add the rest of the ingredients. I like to put a paper towel down before cracking the eggs. It just makes cleanup a little bit easier when you're done. Cracking the eggs is the most tedious and difficult part of the recipe. Check the bowl here and there, and make sure you don't leave any eggshells behind. Guess I could use a little more practice at cracking eggs. Now that the eggs are done, let's grease the pan. I like to use a glass pan because it's transparent. It makes it a little bit easier to see the eggs while they're cooking. This pan is 10 by 13 inches and holds 4 quarts. I use real butter to grease the pan. It tastes better and it prevents the eggs from sticking. You're going to want to use quite a lot of it. When you think you've got enough, use a little bit more. Now set the pan aside and let's grab the bowl full of eggs. Since my mixing bowl is plastic, I also like to use a plastic fork. It prevents the sides of the bowl from being scratched up by metal. In this step, we just want to make sure all of the yolks are broken and that the eggs are mixed up well. The next step is to just start taking all the ingredients and dumping them in with the eggs. Notice that my meat is already done cooking and sitting in a bowl on the table. Make sure that the meat is cool enough to dump it into the eggs. If the meat is extremely hot, it will begin cooking the eggs before you put them in the oven. Notice that the ingredients are still in quite large chunks. This is good. It will help improve the flavor and texture of the egg casserole. The Fritos chips will give your casserole a really nice kind of salty cornbread flavor. The spices in this recipe aren't measured out precisely, and it doesn't really matter because you can adjust them any way you like. Now that all of the ingredients are added, we can begin blending them together. In this step, we're just making sure that the eggs coat everything evenly and that everything is incorporated together well. We don't need to chop anything up or blend anything too much. Now that that's done, go ahead and grab the greased pan and we'll dump everything in the mixing bowl into the pan. Use a large spoon or a spatula to make sure everything is level in the pan. If any drips spilled on the pan, go ahead and clean them off with a paper towel. This will make sure they don't bake onto the pan and be impossible to clean later. Your oven temp should still be at 300 degrees from cooking the ground beef. Go ahead and pop the pan into the oven with the egg casserole. Watch the color of the sides and top of the casserole. It'll start to darken as it starts to get done. The whole cooking process should take less than 30 minutes, but you'll want to keep an eye on it through the whole time to make sure it doesn't burn. If the top gets dark too quickly, you can put some foil on it to make sure that it doesn't get burnt before the bottom is cooked. When it seems like it's about ready, You can check the top with a butter knife. If you press down on it, it should feel a little bit springy. You can also make a small test cut to check how done the middle is. It should be about the same consistency as a cake. Once your casserole is cooled down just a little bit, you can start cutting it up into squares. This pan made about 30 squares, and now it's ready to serve and enjoy. I hope you love this recipe. If you try it, please leave a comment down below. If you enjoyed watching this video, please like and subscribe. This will help Maverick Meteor make more videos and recipes in the future. Thanks for watching.